Hello boys, Yoshi here, and welcome back to my blind playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch. In the last episode, we got a lot of things done, mostly taking out all of the unique monsters. I'm pretty sure we ended up killing like 10 of them at once. It was ridiculous. It just got really crazy. So there's actually a couple of different options we can equip to maximize experience. Like, once Ricky ends up in the party, we can have the one that gives more experience for discovering landmarks, the one for extra experience in general, and the one on everyone else. And also, I believe by default, one of the characters has a buff that increases their experience. I forget who it was, though. Oh, that's for successfully completing quests towards more experience. Okay. So Shulk always gets more. Okay. In case you're wondering, no, we have started to go through and doing the quest, and the quest I've actually decided to do are going to be the ones that indicate the replica Monado stuff as soon as possible. So remember some of those monsters that we weren't able to fight? Like this Magnus Arden that was just way too powerful? Well, now we've become so powerful that we can take them out as if it was nothing, so we're doing that. And in case you haven't already seen, we use Ricky in the party simply for the extra experience and AP you get from his ability, because that makes him more powerful. And we used him with Dunban and Fiora because we need, something else. I cannot move again. Sometimes my stick just gets stuck and won't move. Okay, I'll just use this instead. It's fine. Okay, good. He's dead. It's so weird. I'm able to move the stick around with something else, but that part just doesn't matter for some reason. So anyways, yes, we have to get parts for Lepica Monados in order to upgrade Shulk. Like, we ever need that, though. He's probably not going to actually need it for anything, but anyways, we don't know what any of these are, so we're pretty much forced to go around the areas and collect stuff. And basically what we're doing now is we're going to each of the individual areas now and collecting items from characters on that. So I think my big focus is going to be first completing all the quests so I can get as powerful as I can, and then if I have enough strength on the way, I'll do some other stuff as well. But ooh, I think that's for one of the replica vials. You know what? I'm just gonna kill this Fade. This guy, I cannot just see us from very far away and get away with it. So at minimum, we'll use him to build up some AP, and we can even build up our party guards. Cause the reason why I use Ricky now is because of this ability that just instantly fills the party guards. It's one of the only moves to do it, but he needs to be. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna actually change to Melia for this one enemy. In case you're wondering, this is a Nebula enemy. That's why I wanted to use my items on it. Okay, so anything that's Ether has to be taken out with Ether's buff. Okay. Good. That was really quick. That was very quick, by the way. We almost immediately built up some stuff here. We're gonna interrupt this Fiend with a chain attack and see if we can kill him before he does it. There we go. So because we changed the future, they said something to react to it, which is kind of interesting. Okay. Wow, there's lots of stuff here. I just noticed. Okay, it looks like our blue quest actually has us killing fair enemies here. It's hard to know exactly who the Fiend wants us to kill and who whatever stuff. We don't really have a choice in matters, essentially. We have to figure out which monsters are weaker than others, take those ones out, and ignore the other ones. So I think what I'm just gonna do in this Fiend, despite having to load us, is we're going to go for each one of these and find out which ones are not terrible. And then if we're not able to find one that's low enough for that specific part of the Rebecca Monado, then we're going to change the thing again to Rebecca Monado 2. And then see what we can get from that instead. And we're gonna do that until we do other stuff. Okay, this is the Quad Wayne somewhere on Ionis. Hey, these are yellows, so it is something that we can take on. It's just that it's gonna be harder than usual. Nice. We had to switch to Malia, by the way, for the big enemy that was Ether. Otherwise, we weren't able to do much damage to it. That's kind of how those special elementals work. Wait, well, that was quick. We might be able to just take out one of these later if we get it to gold, but we have to get it to gold. That's what I was hoping to do in terms of the farming, but I actually completely forgot to do it, so now you get to see me farm it on screen instead. But, hey, it is what it is. Okay, well, our next one actually takes us all the way back to Colony 6, so we'll do that next. Which means it's gonna be somewhere within kind of a mix between either the middle area or the, before the right. I don't know which one, so I'll just go here and figure it out later. And if nothing appears, then I know it might be a nighttime thing only or daytime thing only. Also, there's some more monsters here than what were before. In fact, there's more Telethia here all of a sudden. I just noticed the Telethia have invaded the land all of a sudden. Previously, they were just not but silly things trying to get in our way. Now, the Telethia actually are here with a little bit more of a bigger problem than I expected. All of the monsters, at least at night, have been changed to Telethia. Since these are new enemies, we're gonna go ahead and take them out. We won't get any Salusa cells for them, because the steel Salusa cells can only be found on the top. Well, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, looks like this is a daytime only thing. Otherwise, the blue icon would have shown up. Or a thunderstorm only thing. It says in Colony 6 is where I have to go. Alright, I think this might be one of the rare ones then. Because certain monsters change up when a thunderstorm happens, and thunderstorms can only happen at specific times. Alexos in Colony 6 in particular. I got it just says somewhere on Bionis instead of somewhere else, and yes, we're stuck in Bionis. We can't go anywhere else, so yeah. So because I don't want to waste too much time here, I'm gonna actually do the strategy that I talked about earlier. We're going to quick log change the time non-stop, because there's a I think I showed this off in the first video. You could literally just spam this like crazy. Over and over again, about 2 hours at a time, until you get a thunderstorm, and then stop it there. Beyond that, it's completely random. So you could be here for a long time, but at least it deters the RG. Once you actually get the thunderstorm, if you choose to change it, it'll actually remove it. Okay, so we brought out the thunderstorm, and that spawns a new monster called the Kale Lexos, which is what actually has the item I need. So we're gonna yoink for him to get an extra chance at getting it. These are the same things that we had to fight in the Valak Mountain area. And we may still have to go back there. There were some strong enemies we weren't able to fight there, but now we can maybe fight them now that we are a higher level. Okay, we got that very quickly. Quicker than I initially expected it. I'm gonna take this one out while I was here, just to farm up on some extra stuff while I wait, because these things are very hard to find, considering that they will only come out in thunderstorms. That's one thing that I never mentioned really, is when you play for fighting these enemies. Okay, nice. Well, we got another, looks like a double out of that. That one was just in case we needed something for Colony 6. Beyond that, though, I'm not sure what else it does, but I believe it changes the drop items that you can get around the area while it's thunderstorming, and more importantly, certain enemies new enemies will appear that only appear on, at nighttime and nowhere else. So it's very important to have stuff like that. Beyond that, though, it's mostly just a change in our stuff, but that just shows you how important that thing really is. Oh, Torta. There's also a Torta somewhere in, this area, apparently. Satoru Marsh, apparently. Only in 2 locations, but it's definitely somewhere in here. Oh, all the way up there in particular. It's interesting. Well, we need to figure out what they are. Now, there are still other unique monsters to fight. For the purposes of not wasting my time, I'm probably not going to fight all unique monsters in the setup. There's probably other videos already on YouTube that do that. I'm just trying to focus right now on beating the game. Oh, we actually can get something from a green Ferris instead. But with a veteran user as well. Ugh. Gonna try and draw him away from the pack. We'll probably just have to attack him with that. Oh, of course. He forced a lockdown on Ricky. So, what that does, in case I didn't already mention, is you're automatically targeting with the character that used the lockdown on him. I knew I had to run, it's just that I was waiting for... There's quite a few other different stuff. Yeah, just as I thought, they're too hard. Why do they always have the replica model set up in a way where you could get some stuff from the weaker monsters, but some of the other ones just don't count? Ugh, it's starting to get really annoying. Okay, for this setup, I'm gonna set up you with Ether Drain instead of Strength Drain, if I want to. Does she even have any RE melodies? I don't know. I'm gonna do what I did last time and use Melia for this one. It's just the safer pick. In fact, I could probably use both Melia and Flora, maybe, for these fights. There's the paralyze. Well, if I want to do this fight a little bit quicker, I feel like I should use, I feel like I should not use the big thing. I'll just do that. That's what deals the most damage there. Well, I think I made a good choice using Happy Happy in the middle of that chain attack, because that allowed me to save Melia there. Beyond that, she's getting absolutely wrecked, and I don't like that. So I should probably wait for her to... Okay. Okay, we defeated him. Did he not drop anything? If so, that's kind of lame, but regardless, we already got the item we wanted for him, so we don't have to fight that enemy ever again, thank goodness. Because I want to use a set. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, we do. Wait, how many things of these things do we have to even kill anyways? I've done that like several times now, by the way, accidentally taking a picture instead of doing what I want to do. It's so stupid. Wait, what is it? Oh, yeah, Fiora and, our character. The reason I want Fiora in is for Ether Drain, actually, so... It's a very quick art setup, but we have to do Ether Drain in here, and Use that to remove that. Then we'll attack him. That'll reduce his whole ether power together and should help us deal with more stuff. Hopefully she drains ether at the start. Whether or not she actually does it though is based off of her blood. What is that? I mean, his AI, rather. So, he may not always do it. Okay, well, if you're not gonna do it yourself, then I'm gonna have to do it myself. What can I inflict on you? Nothing really. I'll do this again. There, okay. Well, that helped. I think that helped a little bit. I'm gonna actually check my quest log, see what that is. It's probably one of the replica Venadals. Demonic Everflame. Gracer element for Nebula and Cell Mars. That's what that is. Okay, well that's... These quests are starting to get a little bit more difficult. We might have to just kill the monsters around the area. In that case, I actually have a strategy for that right now that I could use. We're gonna go to the Bionis Lake in that case to do a little bit of farming, I guess. Well, besides, we need the actual Hawk's Daylight Spheres. So I'm thinking do this or some other different quest. And then do, like, the one that's, like, level 80 or something. I'm still trying to think hard of what to do, though. But regardless, I think I'm actually gonna go to the Bionis Lake next. Because I remember I did a strategy where I farmed a lot of Hawkses. So they should be around a much easier level. I think they were around level 75 to level 77 last I checked. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, they just come out. Yeah, they're... Yeah, see, we need them anyway, so we're come to the right place anyways. The biggest problem with this is that it is an array of enemies that have to be taken out, so the sooner we can take out one, the better. Nice. Made him attack. Well, as you can see, there's lots of monsters we can kill rather quickly, so I guess at minimum we're gonna try and clear all of them at least once, for fun. Some of them are demon level 75. I think there's like mix between level 74 and level 70. I initially, when taking them out, I had to lure them out one at a time. This is where I mentioned that Chi could potentially be done because you don't actually have to go to that final area right away to trigger the final battle. If you actually go back here, that you can actually find these higher minions for some experience and use them to get some stuff. Okay, we just took down both of them with that chain. That's a thing that I'll probably do if they end up not being worth it to kill all the time. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think I showed this off before that we could potentially go into this area, but this area was dangerous back then because it had level 76 launchers and stuff that you're not supposed to fight until later, but now that we are really good at this game, we can actually probably fight these no problem, so that's why we are dealing with that. And we just got a free days off there. I didn't have to do anything because Dunban and was able to strike them. I really want to get some experience from these guys if I can, so that's the other thing that I'm trying to do. This is a good damage set, as you can see, like... I feel like... I know Shoke does a little bit more damage to this, but I feel like with Ricky, it just... the damage feels out of control. It just gets really ridiculous. I like it. He's stuck in that middle right. Oh, now he's finally moving. That guy wasn't even trying to deal with us. Wow, that does a lot more damage than I was actually expecting. That alone killed them, all the enemies. That's, of course, what I used to initially do, because back then all the enemies were weak and it wasn't worth toppling them, but it is definitely useful for bosses. I'll see if I can at least gain one whole level for us, maybe more, but I'm just showing you that this is a very good place to farm experience if you want. So you pretty much want to go through and clear off all the enemies from these platforms, because that's how you get a lot of gold and stuff. But I'm only doing this for maybe a couple levels just for fun. Okay. Of course, we no longer need our Machina items since most of the Mechon are now completely eliminated from the game. So, I guess this is where our other good items finally come into play. Yeah. Sorry if this is a little bit too much, but I meant to do this off screen initially and I completely forgot. So now I have to kind of do it in the middle of this. Nice. Nice. He actually was smart and used that at a time that forced him to topple. So whenever Dumbat takes out an enemy with that move, everyone else topples. So it's very useful for this area in particular where there's 4 enemies at once. If he would actually get up. Okay, good. In case you're wondering, yes, there's a lot of platforms you can go through, and then you could just warp when you're done with it, but I don't want to do that too much, so let's actually go for everything else. Which is kind of mixed between McColony, Chira, and one of our initial stops, which was the Trader's Store key in Tefra Cave, but I've actually had to stop this because there is a unique monster guardiness. So that one cannot be done. So we're gonna try all the other quests and see what they work with. And if not, we might have to do some guiding. Oh, it says in Alchemov, but I can't skip to that particular landmark. Well, we have a better thing we could do then. We'll have to walk all the way to that location. Though I'm not sure if we can actually get into it. Let's see what the center gate actually does then. Okay, we can go into Alchemov. It's just an unwarpable zone right now. Very interesting. We have to go into Alchemov as, well, Eddie. Oh, and yeah, it's just what I thought. This area has now become a home of the Telethia, so we may end up having to come back later. Remember that guys that were here that were supposed to be all regular characters? Well, back in the attack when an evil cutscene played, they were all attacked, and now they have become the Telethia all of a sudden. It turns out they were evil from the beginning. We don't have to do much in here, we just have to collect an item, but nevertheless, we do have to go in here. So I guess that's why they don't want us teleporting here, because this is an offensive area now. Oh. Well. Speaking of which, level 90 appears. This is getting to a point where we may have to straight up just deal with the boss. So I'm actually going to farm to maybe get up to level 78 and then do some stuff. Which will take a little while, but it's about the only plan I got right now to get extra experience. So I think we actually have to go and complete the storyline for once. I know we've Well, I guess one thing we can do is instead of doing that, I need to go for the Steel Seleucia cells in that area that was mentioned before. But I actually need to know exactly who drops them, if possible. Maybe I could always just search up in the items checklist or whatever, and maybe that's something. Maybe that'll tell you drops it. Because remember, we were stuck on this for a while. Okay. And right now, this is the only safe zone in the area. Most of Colony 9 is sort of abandoned, but they are, I guess, still there, but they've lost most of their label. And Mac has been turned into a big, annoying place. And then here, the wreckage is like our only other area to go to. The entire Mechonis is pretty much moving now. Oh wait, yeah. We'll have to go back inside the Bionis interior for this. I actually kind of forget exactly where I went to do a specific pathway, but all I know is that we have to take out these weird nerve organ things or something like that, and farm Steel Seleucia shells off of them. So we only need Seleucias right now. But I also need the different kind of Seleucias. Last time I found them was a long time. Well, Seleucias only drop ourselves. So what I'm thinking right now is for these Steel Seleucia cells, I'm just gonna go through and farm enemies in this one right here and see if any of them drop, and if they don't get anything from it, we'll deal with them using other stuff. We don't want to deal with the Telethia right now, though. We only want Seleucias. So I think it's either jellies or large Seleucias. I'm gonna figure out which one each drops, and then later I can figure out what to do. Okay, that jelly cells are not needed. So now it's between either these big tentacle things or something else. I don't know. It probably is gonna end up being these guys, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, that's the flexible one. Oh, wait, this guy can give us it. I just noticed this guy is a unique monster. He might give us it. It's probably a dumb idea, but we're gonna try him anyway. Nice. I like when we could just do top. I like how we could just do topple at random. course, we had to have one of those guys attack us from behind. I'm saying that we should probably take out those Fanes melee because those... Okay, that was nothing. Maybe it's for a solar chest. That's a flexible one. Ugh, we need something else that's completely different then. So, not Taligo, and none of the enemies in here have anything anyway. It has to be a Salusa enemy. So, nothing in here drops it. I'm not sure where I found it initially, though, so I'll probably just have to retrace my steps going through Bionis Interior. Maybe, like, for the first run. Yeah, I think that's probably where I actually found it initially. But anyway, we're gonna actually start from the very beginning here on the landing site of this area and take out all the Salusas on the way here instead. And take out maybe some of the unique monster Salusas. Okay, that's Jelly. We don't need him. He doesn't distract from us, so yeah. So it's mostly just Largo and Steel Alley Salusas here. We don't need either of them. So we could just run away from them. I'm making a marker of which enemies have which, by the way. So we don't need that Lun at all. This place has literally the same thing as before. It might be these guys, the same guys that we haven't been able to get anything for a while. Whenever I deal with these wool Salusas, we haven't really been able to get anything for them. If they had it, it would probably make sense, because they used a lot of stuff. Okay, well, we don't get to find out, because we didn't get one anyway. Oh, and there's these I almost forgot about these big boys. So it's either the big boy Salusas, or something else entirely. I'm not going to do that, because I remember he has that feint, so we'll just do the attacks instead, but we'll still break him, I guess. Okay, yeah, that was still good. That took out like 50% of his health. So you can randomly steal stuff, or it'll upgrade our, one of our abilities as well. When it means something, it can mean strain for anything else, really. Okay, Hot Salusa cells, that big blade is not required. So I think we literally just need the wool Salusas, it's just that we've been getting so unlucky with them. I assume that's the rarest of the items to get in this area, is whatever item is gotten from those wool Salusas. Ugh. It is what it is, though. Sorry if we're wasting a lot of time in this video, because We haven't really been able to get much done, but I guess nevertheless we at least need to find out stuff. So in case you're wondering, these power-ups, or at least for the replica models, are meant to be quests for the end game. That's why they're so hard to find. Oh, that's a secret thing that just appears out of thin air. It doesn't help when a jelly solution comes into the battle, because it may stop us from... In terms of farming, it is very important to have Ricky in the party, so that way... Okay, he's not one of those. This'll actually work. One fail. Oh, not another fail. Okay, we finally got one of those. So now we know where they are, or come from at least. And I think because we were so close, that was our last one. I'll have to assume it. Yeah, okay, we're in this area, never returning for at least some time. And we're finishing off Colony 6 level 4. That's the main thing I wanted to do. I guess for the rest of my bit, I'll just farm monsters to reach level 78 or 79 and then attack the boss in the beginning of the next so that gets extra experience. Beyond that, I don't think there's anything I could do beyond just the story. Okay, so we finally increased the special level by another one, which builds a massive water tower from thin air. Or, at least it looks like that. Watchtower, I mean. And we could get collectibles there, and the entire place is increased to level 4 as a result. Now to get any other items, we essentially have to farm stuff on the Bionis only. Receive a present for all the residents. Okay, let's see what all the hints are for fun. It's really gotten lively on the main entrance. You can get Vein Star Wings somewhere on the Bionis Range. Go-Go Horns can be found on the Bionis Lake or at Sotoro Marks, and try asking people about the other items. It's just a small hit that he gives. The whole place is so busy right now to the main entrance. To say it's gonna be the biggest shadow street in history. Still got some more commerce to restore. We need 5 items. Oceans, elixirs of life from Keel Exos and bad weather. You can find ancient sardine meat on the Bionis Lake colony line. Just asking people in the other areas about the other items. And then nature. And then special. We're not done yet. We still need 5 more items. Ardun Elder Beards and Toko's Keen Eggs are 2 of them. Look for them on the Bionis Lake. Infernal Element and Boat Elements. Beyond that, we already have all of our stuff. Oh wait, what am I doing? Central. We've constructed a watchtower. It's the tallest building in town. You should go at the top. The next facility is the last one, so we're gonna need 5 items. You get Infernal Elements from Crater and Nebula. As for the Bolt Elements, I think Solar and Nebula have them. I guess we can go up to that watchtower now if we want to. So we'll go ahead and do that for sure. The colony is definitely looking a lot better than ever before. Remember, this area was destroyed when we initially came here at the beginning of the game. The mech attacked it and completely destroyed it. It's funny that we didn't know, though. And we just warped to the top here, get some fairy tale deals, and then we could just warp back down. Okay. That's nice that we don't have to waste time just crawling up the area very slowly but surely. Yeah. And this area is almost done. I just noticed it only has like 5 levels or something. So it's actually a little bit quicker. Now, this seems stupid, but I think we just have to go for the fight on the boss at the end, because every time we've been trying to do any replica models, they just get destroyed or something else happens. It's weird. Oh wow, he looks really happy now, all of a sudden. Even though it says 42%, that all the reproduction categories are nearly done here. Okay, well, we need to go and do some stuff, so for that and a couple of other purposes and for other strange reasons, I'm gonna go to the Bionis leg and actually end the episode here. A little bit earlier than intended, but there's not much we can really do here. This is like mostly just pointless guide to the end. I think we may just have to finish the game's main storyline and then finish off the other quest later. I will definitely try to reach level 90, but whether or not I'll other stuff or not, I don't know. Well, we did a lot of grinding before, which we were able to get to pretty well, but now we've been kind of stuck ever since that hour phase. So anyways, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we maybe try and farm some levels and get some more points elsewhere. Until then, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.